Hello, class, and welcome to our discussion of the preface to the chapter in Everything's an Argument with Readings, where all the documents are concerned with privacy and surveillance. How has the internet changed the meaning of privacy? And it's nice because it gives a summary of each of the readings in the chapter. So you can have an overview of all of these possible sources for SA3. Much like for SA2, we had the overview before the chapter, how does popular culture stereotype people? And what should diversity mean in that selections preface. So I think the book does a nice job of giving you an overview of what each selection is about. And I want to read the last sentence of the first paragraph before we examine the definitions of privacy and surveillance and the library databases as a possible secondary source uh, place to go. Let's call it what it is. You can go to the library database and opposing viewpoints, and there's more than enough secondary source options in addition to the documents from the chapter about how has the internet changed the meaning of privacy. The last sentence of the first paragraph reads, the selections in this chapter give you a chance to investigate these issues and the impact they have on you as someone who depends on technology. And the issues were, in the previous sentence, the issue of information we don't give away, the information we share, the information that someone, governments, and big corporations manages to obtain about our online and offline selves, whether they do so legally, illegally, or in the gray space between. Let me read you that last sentence. The selections in this chapter give you a chance to investigate these issues and the impact they have on you as someone who depends on technology. The last sentence of that intro paragraph for the preface to the chapter sets the tone, I feel, for academic argument essay number 3. Just as you eat food, essay 1, and then you responded to Freston's argument that vegetarian is a new Prius, just as we all have an identity and you responded to one of the prompts for academic argument essay 2 on stereotyping and identity. We all have these technological devices. We all depend on technology more now than ever. And this class is an example, is a testament. Invoke your ethos in this paper, right? Perhaps write about your experiences with technology in the past, in the present. Provide anecdotes, right? Stories of your own personal experiences and those that you have either witnessed or read about or heard about firsthand from a friend. Okay, so ideally, when we look at the relationship between surveillance and privacy, in particular, the notion of internet surveillance, social media surveillance, doxing, and things of that nature. So let's start by examining the definition of privacy, because that's what this question is asking. How has it changed the meaning of privacy? So according to Google, the state or condition of being free from being observed or disturbed by other people, the state of being free from public attention. Interesting. Let's take it to the next level. Go to dictionary.com. The state of being apart from other people or concealed from their view. The state of being free from unwanted. Ooh. Because remember, the question is what makes it an unreasonable seizure, an unreasonable invasion of privacy? Again, this notion at what point is it a violation of our Bill of Rights, of our constitutional amendments? Unwanted or undue intrusion or disturbance in one's private life or affairs. Freedom from damaging publicity, public scrutiny, secret surveillance, or unauthorized disclosure of one's personal data or information as by a government, corporation, or individual. Okay. Now I think we're talking about privacy with respect to this paper topic, with respect to government, internet, email, cell phone, right? Surveillance. So many of you might want to start by citing definitions of privacy as you're examining how the internet has changed the meaning of that. You might want to start by citing definitions of surveillance, right? Close observation, expected of a suspected, especially of a suspected spy or criminal. Wait a minute. Hmm, that sure makes that definition interesting. What makes one a suspected spy or criminal? Again, think about the Patriot Act. Think about your Bill of Rights. Think about constitutional amendments, the rights to free speech. Right now, take it up a next level to dictionary.com. Surveillance, a watch kept over, especially over a suspect, prisoner, or the like. Again, this idea that surveillance, we're only watching bad people. But then again, if you have nothing to hide, why should it matter? Well, there's 4 reasons why the Riley ruling matters, right? Notice I'm referencing the nothing to hide argument and 4 ways in which the Riley ruling matters, which are both sources from the chapter in this book that could be used in academic argument essay 3. Continuous observation, right? In order to gather information, attentive observation to oversee and direct someone or something. Okay, so now the question is, if we look at definition 2, this continuous observation or attentive observation, the point is to gather information. So is that information being gathered legally or illegally? Is that observation violating our rights to privacy? It's an interesting question to ponder. So now the question is, once you start thinking about formulating your claim and you want to start obtaining and gathering secondary sources, right? Obviously, gaining context, opposing viewpoints, just as I suggested for the last essay, click on Browse Issues, right? When you get to the database, and notice the 2015-2016 national debate topic, government domestic surveillance. As with each of these browse issues, start with the initial document, right? Click on Read More, because that gives you a good overview of the issue. And then when you get to the bottom, in addition to them providing the source citation, which I love about it, right? You have more links, or you can just go back and you'll notice all the viewpoints are listed underneath the issue document. Okay. I always like to start with featured viewpoints, but the good thing is by looking at the titles, right, you can get an idea of what the document is going to be focusing on. So, what are some other possible databases from the Gale Browse issues? Well, social media. If you cruise down, right? Smartphones, absolutely. Social media, absolutely. What else? Technology and education, technology and society, right? Domestic surveillance, you're going to find here on under D. Privacy. Oh, I have to go to the top. Sorry about that. Right? Privacy rights. Free speech is another one to think about. Right? Privacy. And as you know, I will list all of these possible issues as starting points. Freedom of speech. I mentioned doxing. Someone wrote about that last semester, and I was unfamiliar what doxing was. Drones. Ooh, that's a possible surveillance. I don't think they have an actual issue under doxing, but when you type in, it pops up. Yeah, doxing. Yeah, academic journals. So again, there's very many options for you to focus on just from the browse issues. And like I said, I list all those in the prompt. Um, and if you need to search the database more specifically about a topic related to privacy and surveillance, ooh, Patriot Act, that's the other one I was forgetting. Sorry, LMNOP. So we'll go down there. Patriotism. Okay, it's probably going to be up at the top here. Oh, here's a good example, right? Patriot Act. Patriot Act of 2001. And again, sharing grand jury information, USA Patriot Act. Again, so can we protect civil liberties? There it is right there. So again, I think that the titles of the documents will help clue you in as to their purpose, and hopefully they'll be helpful as you're searching for and obtaining secondary sources for academic argument essay number 3. I hope this video was helpful. As always, please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, write with confidence.